It is now 37 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And time for our Spotlight program here on 1570 KMCD. Every Monday we reserve time for the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. And it is the busy season for the Chamber. And if you want to stay abreast of everything that's happening, maybe you need to get Chamber Chatter in your email box every Monday morning in the 8 o'clock hour. Email the Chamber, chamber@fairfieldiowa.com. Get on the mailing list. You can also always 24/7, 365. Go to fairfieldiowa.com and check out the website for the calendar of events. A business directory, lots of different resources there as well. So again, Chamber Talk here on this Monday. Hi, Mindy. How are you?
I'm just great.
How was your weekend?
What's the weekend? We had a big RAGBRAI meeting on the weekend.
Oh,
so
you did?
All day Saturday.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll get to that in a matter of moments.
Absolutely.
A few things on your calendar this week. First of all, Thursday, you talked about last week, but the Bike Safety Rodeo. Give us the who, what, where, whens, and whys.
Yep, Bike Safety and Bike Rodeo are the 11th and 12th, so Thursday and Friday this week at Pence Elementary with the After School Kids program. They all had notes go home for them to sign, so parents so they can participate and be photographed. And then on Friday, we have our bike rodeo where our friend Mark from the ride will bring bikes in. They'll wear their bring their bikes to school. We'll fit them all for a helmet and give them a new helmet if it's broken or doesn't fit. And then we have a graduation with their parents and popsicles and the police, and it's a fabulous event.
All right. So again, that is on Friday and Saturday.
Thursday and Friday.
Or excuse me, Thursday and Friday. Like I said, Thursday and Friday. Pence Elementary, the
Yes.
Bike Safety and Rodeo. And again, if your child is seen, I think you mentioned it last week, if your child doesn't have a bike helmet and you don't make it to the bike rodeo, there might be opportunities later on in the summer to get a helmet?
Absolutely. After we get through with this, we partner with the Fairfield Police Department, and if they see children riding without a helmet, they'll stop and ask them if they'd like a helmet. They usually keep a couple in their cars, and then they give those out. If you get caught, whatever, riding your bike with your helmet, then they'll give you an ice cream certificate.
Oh, there you go. I'm thinking about a 6 or 7-year-old Steve riding around without his helmet, getting pulled over for no helmet, and I would have probably at that time said, "Mind your own business, copper."
Well, we were fortunate that Blank Children's Hospital gave us 60 helmets, and I'm super excited that a whole bunch of those move out of the office this week.
All right. So that is coming up on Thursday and Friday of this week. 1 week from Saturday is your final legislative forum, right?
That's right. And this time, I will not be moderating. Our awards banquet MC, Johnny Parker, will be moderating because I am going to the Main Street Awards banquet in Des Moines Friday night, and I would like to be able to enjoy myself and not get up before the sun.
All right. So that is coming up on the 20th, and then 2 weeks from this Thursday is the annual awards banquet.
Yes, and reservations are closed. We have broken the 400 number this year. It's diamond and denim themed. It's great food. It's great fun. It's great free beverages. So I can't wait to give those awards out. It was so much fun going and telling all of them that they were winners. There were some tears. It was great.
All right. Let's do this. Let's segue to your guest today. Terry Baker's in the studios, and between the two offices, your offices and her office, instrumental in making sure that Fairfield didn't miss out on the fun coming up in July.
Yeah. That's Terry's fault. So we are 2 of the 3 co-chairs for RAGBRAI, which will be coming through town July 26th. And we spent our Saturday with other meeting and pass-through towns learning all of the ins and outs and requirements. So Terry, did you enjoy Saturday?
I kind of came away with a full brain. Yeah. And I think we are going to be in for a lot of work, but I think we're going to be in for a really exciting day. That we're actually part of a statewide event is really phenomenal. And I know that it's a lot of work, and I know that there's people that are going like, oh no,
not again,
not again kind of thing. But that's just, whether it's because you had some issues the last time or you really worked hard that whole week that they came in the last time. This will be a little bit different because we do not have the riders overnight. So that does make it a little easier on one level. And it does mean that we still get to have some fun and party and enjoyment and and watch all this cool event that comes through, which I think were they talking about every state shows up, and then how many countries? It was
like 70 foreign countries.
70 foreign countries that participate in this. So it's really a phenomenal event. From a tourism perspective, we couldn't ask for anything better, obviously.
Well, and it's all different kinds of people, so all different jobs. I once met a man who works for the New York Times on RAGBRAI in Hedrick, Iowa.
Yeah.
Many years ago. Yes. So there's all kinds of people. So this is our chance to show off our community, right? Because we're really trying to stay with a local focus.
Absolutely. This is really a time to really show off who Fairfield is, what Fairfield's all about. As much as possible, we want to use local vendors, give opportunities to local businesses, have local entertainment, local. It's all about local.
That's right. That's like our motto in life.
So there'll be a lot of places for people to participate, but we especially need people to participate as volunteers, both on planning committee and, of course, the day of. There's so many volunteers that are needed the day of. If it's directing traffic, if it's helping vendors set up, if it's directing people on where they're going to find restrooms or they're going to find the fried pickles, we're going to need a lot of people on board.
Absolutely. And one of the things they talked about on Saturday was limiting the amount of hours those volunteer work. We don't want you to come and spend the whole day volunteering because we want you to enjoy the day also. So don't think by signing up like you've got a 15-hour day. Because first of all, they have to start getting squished out by 1:30 so that they make it to Mount Pleasant by 6. So one of the interesting facts is the services for RAGBRAI. So the SAG wagons and some of that stuff only operate from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So
right.
If you're not in Mount Pleasant by 6 p.m. and you break down, super sorry, you got to call somebody else, AAA or something. I don't know what that looks like. So
do they have AAA for bike riders?
I don't really know how that works. I don't know. So so that's just the morning, right? So like 6 a.m. to like 2 for the most part.
Yep.
There's going to be some stragglers who want to still hang out because we're a fun community. But so that makes it easier. You can join a committee if you can't be here the day of, help with the planning up to the event. So yeah, we're going to have lots and lots of volunteers.
Yes. And I think it's really important to emphasize that the majority of the people are going to be in town probably starting 10, 11 o'clock until about 1:30.
Yeah.
And at which point then they are basically moved out of town to go on to the next place. So it's not an overnight thing. It's not people camping in your yard. None of that's happening at this particular event. We're just going to be midday, and
we're the lunch stop for the day.
We're the lunch stop. Yeah.
So start thinking about how you can help make sure that 20,000 people can have lunch.
Now, speaking of which, that also was really interesting. I was fascinated with the fact that because it's a lunch stop and people are still riding the rest of the day, they're not coming here for the big lasagna dinners and all that kind of thing. They really want a lighter kind of fare.
Fresh fruit. They said you can never have enough fresh fruit.
Yep.
Grab and go sandwiches. And pie. Yes.
That's
Women's Club, did you hear that?
Yes.
I need you to bake pies.
So, and as of right now, we're hoping that most of the festivities are going to be in the downtown area. However, we are having a planning meeting with all the people that will be concerned with safety and moving people through town to determine that exact route of where people will go. So we'll know that soon. But you can volunteer right now. Basically, you can go to fairfieldragbrai.com. There will be a form to fill out to volunteer, or you can email us at ffragbrai.com and let us know what you want to do.
Steve, are you going to ride RAGBRAI?
Oh, hell no.
You want to come help? You want to be the announcer guy? You want to be the info booth?
Oh, hell no.
Steve usually puts in a lot of time doing entertainment.
Yeah.
He's done that.
So that begs the question, interested parties, obviously not near the need there is on a night or a day when you're a host town, but what are some of the committees or subcommittees that you're looking for volunteers or some leadership or
we're going to have
strong back, weak mind folks? Sure.
We're going to have definitely public safety. We're going to have sanitation and cleanup. There's going to be setup, decorating, entertainment, vendors.
We're We're meeting today to finalize all those committees.
Okay.
We literally just found out recently.
Yeah.
It was kind of a surprise. We're coming. Also, since we're a meeting town, it's kind of interesting to be the meeting town because you're kind of the halfway point, and this is the point where their SAG wagons will come, all of their support vehicles, and they can go meet up with them to make any adjustments on their bikes, maybe get some different shoes, because traditionally those folks aren't allowed in the pass-through towns. You can do it in the morning, that midway point, and then you have to wait till the overnight.
Well, let me ask this question. I know it's early in the process, but will there be a main focal point for these people to come and into town and gather? I mean, are you looking at the fairgrounds? Are you looking at the downtown area?
Right now we're looking at downtown. Some of that will depend on the route with, all the construction and all the things that are happening in town. We've got to make sure that we can get everybody moved in and through town safely. So we will have more on that. We're going like we want downtown because
Sure.
that's
All the little businesses.
yeah,
all the
we
restaurants.
really want that to happen. But we don't have the final say in that.
By the way, if you're wondering, that route is from Ottumwa to Mount Pleasant that day. So they'll leave Ottumwa, head to Agency. They'll take, from Agency, they'll go east to, I'm guessing, Highway 16, then south to 16 through Eldon, over to Selma, to just north of Dowds, where they'll get on the road to take you north to Libertyville, from Libertyville to Fairfield, where the meeting will take place. The meeting, as they've been talking about, from Fairfield, they travel to Pleasant Plain, Brighton, Wayland, Trenton, and into Mount Pleasant, where they're very excited. I was over there at Mount Pleasant last week and talked to a few people about their RAGBRAI, and they are feeling somewhat overwhelmed in the early stages.
Absolutely.
That is kind of the universal feeling with RAGBRAI.
Yes.
But fortunately, everyone feels that, and so everybody really kind of supports each other. I think that was really impressive to see how much support we're getting from the RAGBRAI organization itself, and from the towns that are kind of near us.
So the RAGBRAI decides where they come into your town and where they leave your town. Your route through your town is up to your committee and your city. So we know they're coming in from Libertyville, and we know they're going out Pleasant Plain. But where they're going through town will be determined probably this week.
Yeah. So anyway, that route, that day, 85 miles, 84.8 miles.
Yeah.
It is the hilliest
Yes.
RAGBRAI on record. It's like the third shortest, but we are the hilliest day.
All right. Well, that is, again, RAGBRAI, April 25th, Fairfield as
26th.
Is it 26th?
July
Oh,
26th.
July. What did I say?
April.
Oh,
We're like going like,
no.
We're not ready.
I was thinking of the awards banquet. That's April
Oh my
25th.
gosh. I
No,
think you
July
just made my
20,
heart
July
palpitate.
26th is when it is. When will we start seeing more information about the call to action to get people together, how they sign up, where they can find the points of interest that might pique them, their interest? When will that information be made available?
Well, we'll be making that available this week. Obviously, you can go in now and register to be a volunteer and click what committee you're interested in. If you're interested in all of them, we'll take that into consideration. And we'll start putting those committees together next week. So it's really important if you're interested, if this is sounds like it's fun to you. And I have to say that most people really have fun on these committees. And it also is a way for you to contribute to the community and get your ideas out there, what you'd like to see happen. Obviously, we make decisions by committee, so we don't always get what we want, but the idea is to make this a really, really wonderful Fairfield event without going above and beyond and crazy with things that really aren't kind of what you'd find in Fairfield. So
Yes.
that's hence the focus on what do we have locally that we can push forward and really bring highlights to.
That was one of the interesting things on Saturday too, is they talked a lot about kind of managing expectations, and don't go out and buy 400 cases of beer because you might get stuck with 300 of them. They anticipate that you'll run out of everything. You should run out of everything because then you don't end up with a bunch of stuff left. And don't expect to make $1 million that day, but expect to have a good day. So, you're not going to get rich on RAGBRAI, but you're going to have a really great business day, and you're going to be tired the next day.
Yeah, and we'll be having some meetings with local restaurants and people who want to do any kind of vending to kind of let you know what you can expect with this, so we don't go overboard. We don't want people losing money on this and burning out or whatever.
Yes.
It's like if a good day for you is selling 100 pulled pork sandwiches, then let's plan on that, and instead of planning on 10,000.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I was just thinking about those 300 extra cases of beer.
You have a place for them?
And what's going to happen to those?
Don't worry, we wouldn't waste them.
All right. All right, so it's official. It's coming. It's not going to be like it was the last two times it's been in town, but still be an event, and everybody is going to be charged with putting on a smile and being very welcoming. It's always interesting. You two both know this, is that there's a return on investment just in the goodwill that Fairfield puts out for events, especially like RAGBRAI.
Absolutely, because people will come back. They're going to be, okay, I don't have time to go buy that at that store because I can't put it on my bike. So they're going to come back. If you make an impression, they will come back.
And in my office, here's this all the time. We have people stopping in and go, yeah, I was here for RAGBRAI 2 years ago, whatever, that kind of thing. And I really wanted to come back because I wanted to explore this attraction or this business. And we get that a lot with return traffic. So it's really good for our community. Any tourism dollars that come through, obviously those get replicated and multiplied throughout the community. But also it's like free money.
Put your eye with a nice smile on.
RAGBRAI, the 26th of July. Mm-hmm. That's a Friday evening, right?
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
All right, it's killer.
Morning.
Put your request in now with the boss that you want the 26th off. Make it a 3-day weekend.
We might need businesses to take the day off because they might not be able to get to work.
Well, I will say this, and Terry knows this is true. What was it, about 10, 12 years ago when it came through for the first time in a long time?
Yep.
That was a Friday, and that's when they only went till Saturday.
Yes.
And so that was kind of nice because even though by the time it was all said and done downtown that evening, it was probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, you had Saturday to recoup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The next time it didn't seem like we had that extra day to recoup.
We did not, because it came on a Thursday last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I was fine with, except my legs and feet were just killing me from standing up for essentially 18 hours. So this will not be like that. This will be a lot more palatable. So if you've been hesitant in the past or you've heard horror stories, cast those aside, because this is going to be just a great one-day event, one afternoon, and as you mentioned, probably by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll essentially be completely done.
And I got to say, if you're a people person, this event is made for you.
Yes.
There's so many interesting people to meet and talk to, so we hope everybody comes out and really supports this to the best of their ability.
All right, that is our Chamber Talk here on this Monday morning here on 1570 KMCD and 95.9 Classic 96. We've got markets coming up just a matter of moments. That's from the Brownfield Radio Network here on KMCD.